to about 12 o'clock. There we go. We have all the data from 11:30 to 12. I'll hit load. Takes a little bit depending on the size of the file. Hit OK. And here's all the points from 11:30 to 12. Just to give you an idea of what you can do, let me go ahead and click on one of these. Here's the data I collected at 11:42 and 22 seconds. Now if I were to double click one of these points, you'll see on the map to my right where exactly that point was. Let me show it jump around a little bit more. So you see you get a nice street view of, yes, that's where it was at 11:43 and 22 seconds. And you can just kind of confirm things if you need to. And it's also, you can kind of tell by looking at these points, you can look at the speed on the side and just see exactly how fast I was traveling at that time. Again, but the whole idea of this is to get the points off of the device. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to File, Export. And you have a bunch of different formats you can export it in. Greg Bullock, the developer of TrueTraffic, recommends that you export in a GPX file format. And that's a file format that you can import then into TrueTraffic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll go Export GPX file. Let me just go ahead and put it on the desktop so it's an easy place to find. We'll call it the Global Sat 217 11 data. Again, save as type GPX. I put it on the desktop. We'll hit save. The file has appeared on my desktop. Let me go ahead and close this for now. We're not going to need it anymore. Like I said, this is the format for TrueTraffic. Let me open up a TrueTraffic file. There's nothing in this file right now, but I do know I have a trip log with some points in there. So I went to the trips log window, and I'm going to go ahead and import this file. So let me import trip log. There's the data. TrueTraffic is asking me to go ahead and save a file or to create a file. If I can't just put the data into a blank file. And since we're just looking at it, let me just put some defaults out there. But here we go. Here's our imported file. You can see it has the date, it has the time correct on there. If I go to the actual point file that TrueTraffic is using, I can see the point, see the time, see the speed. And you can see that TrueTraffic has imported all the data for me automatically. Now the thing that, a feature that TrueTraffic does quite nicely is I will export this file into a KML format. So about the same file, let me just put KML at the end so I know it's a KML file. And when I save as type, let me save it as a KML. So Google can read it, or Google Earth can read it. Again, we'll go to our desktop. I'll hit save. There it is. Go ahead and close this. I don't need this anymore. So save changes. No, I'm not going to save them right now. Let me go ahead and open this up with Google Earth. And here's the points I just imported. And with the slider, you can kind of see the points. Here's me driving down the road, and it's a little short segment. But there it is. That's the workflow I guess I use to go from the GPS receiver to my computer to the software they provide, to true traffic, and then from true traffic to a KML file that I can visualize in Google Earth if I need to. Oftentimes the workflow stops at true traffic. Again, this is Chris Georges with TrafficLabs.com. Just kind of explaining how I use the GlobalSat GG100 to get points out in the field, GPS points out in the field, without having to take my laptop out there with me.